What it is, YouTube? Better yet, what's up, YouTube? This one I'm just gonna say Gardena homecoming, cause it's like every Gardena homecoming I went to, some stuff happened. So I don't remember the years or whatever days it was, but everybody who went to Gardena at the time, they know the day, they know the year it happened. But I know it was like I remember one was like '07, '08, '09 maybe, and then I remember 2010 and probably like 2011, 12. I remember those. But I only went to like three of them though. I didn't go to Gardena at all. Only went to Gardena summer school. Got kicked out because I ended up putting hands on somebody, and then I kept getting into it with this one Nigerian teacher. And don't nobody who's Nigerian take offense, but the Nigerian teacher didn't believe in deodorant, so his classroom smelled like straight onions, and he was musty as heck. For me, it is what it is. I'm named after Hakeem Olajuwon, a basketball player. My name is Elijah One. I am not Nigerian. I was born in Los Angeles, California, from Watts, California. Went to school in Compton, California, Long Beach, California. I'm just California, period. You feel me? I'm a Cali baby. So on this night, I remember it was my sister, my mom, and I think some of my other family members. So we go to the homecoming. It's always when um the time when they have the alumni come in, they ride around the field in cars or whatever, or walk the field track or whatever. And she like every homecoming that I went to, it was Gardena versus Washington. And everybody know if you go to Washington, Gardena is they rivals. They don't get along because Gardena they do one area, and then Washington do one area. So like they different hoods or whatever, but they always been rivals. You know, no different than Long Beach Jordan High and Poly High. They've been rivals for years. Centennial High, Compton High. They've been rivals for years. Just saying. But back to the story. So out of nowhere, we turn like all I hear is, "What?" They what? They turning up in the stadium. Or should I say the stands? I turn around, it's like 4 or 5 niggas fighting up at the top of the thing. So everybody like making their way off the thing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go off the thing. I think I end up like jumping over the rail, being extra. Cause that night we were supposed to go to the fair after, cause it was a fair. It was like around Halloween, I think. Not too sure, but I remember it was a fair going on at this park called Mass Food Car in Gardena. I remember I was meeting like one of my first little Mexican girlfriends up there. I remember that. So we went after this happened, but back to the story. Um, yeah, so we going by the gate or whatever. It was me and my sister. And my mom like, don't run, don't run. Me and my sister looked at my mama like, you crazy. We up out of here. Like, so me and my sister ended up leaving or whatever, but it wasn't like we was trying to leave our mom. It's just my mom said something crazy in the heat of the moment. And you know how you had that moment where you want to laugh, but you like in shock and you like, did she just say what I think she just said? Like me and my sister looked at her crazy, like, what you mean don't run? We are out of here. So we ended up leaving my mom, but somehow the police they calmed it down by the gate. My mom ended up catching up to us. That's one time. Long story short, after that, we went to the little fair. I met up with the little Latin girl, whatever, and for some reason I didn't have no luck with the ladies back then because they couldn't understand all this handsome chocolateness. You feel me? So I'm just like, whatever, like, so me and her was cool. And I think her family didn't like black people, so she didn't want to date me for a long time. So that was like our only first time we met up, and then I didn't see from her or hear from her again, ever. And I think my cousin played me because I think she showed her somebody else and not me. But to that girl out there, if you're seeing this, look at me now. Look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Okay, but back to the next story. So this is just like all my stories about Gardena in one. Like from summer school to anything that happened at Gardena High. This is just that video about Gardena High. So the next homecoming, we go. I won't ever forget this one either because this was the year that me, my cousin, it was me, my cousin, and my brother. We all go, but on this night, like we had my grandma drop us off at the store. What's that on Vermont? It's like a little store in Vermont, not too far from Gardena High. So me and my little Me, my little cousin, and my brother, like, my little cousin, like, probably like 14, 15. I had to be like 16, 17. He's like 12, 13, 14. He was smoking weed before us. So on this day, we just get blowed. We just smoke weed. We go to the game. But before we go to the game, we by the store. So I was like, hey, let's get some snacks. Like, I'm high and I'm hungry. Let's just get some snacks. So we get the snacks or whatever. I don't know, ice cream. This little vanilla. I think it's called a big vanilla. Fire. I'm over there munching on that. My cousin like, let me get some of that. I'm like, no, you could have bought you one. Like, so me and him low-key getting into it. Like, every time I get high with my cousins, we always get into it behind the snacks. So it's weird. So we always get into it behind the snacks. So we still walking to the game, like, whatever. So I hurry up and flush it. When I say flush, I like chuck the ice cream and eat it. And I almost gave myself a bad brain freeze. You're like, yeah, you got a brain freeze, huh? Like, that's what you get for not giving me none, punk mode. I'm like, nah, like, whatever. So we, like, low-key get into it, but whatever, we go to the game. We go to the game. We sitting in the same stands. Again, it's Gardena versus Washington. Same thing happened, except this time, it started from where, because I sat at the top. And it's right when they doing a little alumni thing, a fight break out. It like start low key from the field and end up in the stands. So like some of the players is fighting, and then like somehow it end up in the stands to where they're fighting at the bottom of the stands. So you can't get to the bottom of the stands. You gotta go up over the gate. So people actually going up over the gate. I'm finna do the same thing. So we go over the gate, over the top of the stands. It's like a gated fence right there where you could climb up. And you could climb down. So we climbing down, and whenever we get down, we get on. All I hear is gun. I look back, gun. I take off running. If you know anything about LA, California, one thing you don't do is ask, where's the shooter? You run. You don't ask no questions. You get up out of there. So I get up out of there. I get like almost to like the big gate where it say Gardena in the front. All I hear is, nah, I'm just playing. I had y'all scared, but it ain't nobody I know. So I instantly turn up on like, what you mean? What you mean you playing? Like, don't play like that. Like, we don't play like that. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, anything could happen. Like, what's wrong with you? The person like, oh, my bad, man. Like, I'm not knowing. Like, I'm like, don't play like that. It's California. Like, that ain't cool. But they from Cali playing like that. I'm like, you already know, bro. Like, stop playing like that. They're like, oh, I was just joking. Don't joke like that. That ain't cool. Long story short, after that game, we end up mounting back up with my family. We end up walking to the McDonald's on, what's that? I don't know what street that is. A McDonald's off of Artesia, though. Wherever that McDonald's is off Artesia, that's where we link up at. And we get in the car, and I was so embarrassed because my grandma knew instantly we've been smoking. She like, y'all stink. Y'all been smoking that reefer, huh? I'm just like, we try not to laugh because my grandma being serious, but you're high, so you're going to laugh at everything somebody say, even though they being serious. So long story short, we got busted for smoking weed. We didn't get in trouble, but my grandma told us, like, y'all going to learn about smoking weed. I'm like, man, my grandma kind of right. Like, so long story short, that's how the story ends. I think I had another one, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I remember that one. I don't think I have any more. If I do, I'll share it again. It'll probably be named Gardena High Part 2. So be looking out for that. But on that note, please like, comment, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. And turn on that bell so I can notify you when the next video drop. For sure. Catch you on the next one.